What's that language you're speaking? What's that food you're eating? What's that music you're playing? What are those clothes you're wearing? What's that perfume? This is cultural warfare. Culture warfare. You're bald and you don't care. Cultural warfare.
I think it's filming. It's filming.
Howdy! Oh, excuse me. Howdy! From the Catskills Mountains. I was in the backyard. I'm sorry I'm late. I had to chase some turtles out of the yard. But it's okay now. So how you all doing? Welcome to the pilot of Culture Warfare. So we'll see how this goes. If it gets hardly any reception, screw it, I ain't gonna do it. But maybe 200 people, I'll settle for that. So today's topic is posters. So I'm gonna show you some of my posters that I collected over the years. This first one is a band that I used to know back in San Pedro. It's the Minutemen, and they're, I think up on my Facebook page I put up a few of their videos. They were excellent, but D. Boone passed away in the mid-'80s. So we got that. This one is from the year 1978. I went to this Festival of Life. It was a yippie protest celebrating 10th year anniversary of the Chicago riots of '68. And that's in my manuscript. So here's the poster for that. Next is a movie poster. I used to see these posters on telephone poles and other places because there was no internet back then. The best way to promote anything was to make these street posters. This one, I actually went to the premiere. This is Decline of Western Civilization, 1980. If you ever get a chance, go see it. It's a great documentary. Alrighty. And now, here's another favorite. This is a movie, one of the greatest psychedelic movies ever made. 1968, The Monkey's Head. And that is my favorite psychedelic movie ever made. So take a look at that. Let's see where it's, it's on my mom's birthday, March 5th. And, oh yeah, the New Art Theater. That was a theater in West LA, and they had a lot of art movies there, underground movies. And finally, I got this from a telephone pole. Look at this. Black Sabbath, Leonard Skinner. Look at that. Oh, man. I didn't like it. I liked, who did I like? I liked Black Sabbath. Peter Frampton. Was he a thing back in the early 80s? I thought he was more of the 70s. September 5th. And Orange Show Stadium, San Fernando. All right. And now, my favorite. This is my prized possession. It was so good, Pamela got it framed for me on my birthday, I believe. And let me preface this. This was on October 11th, 1974. It was on a Friday. So I had this sadistic supervisor when I was working in the garment industry. Every Friday, when I got to the door, he would say, "Oh, come in tomorrow." And I had to work on the weekends. This particular weekend, I had to come in on a Saturday. So the concert ended at about 3:30 in the morning. I only got 2 hours sleep. That was quite a Saturday. So one performer here was the legendary Iggy Pop. And I went backstage to check out things. Surprisingly, there was nobody there, no guards or security guards or anything. So I walked back there, and here comes a drunk Iggy Pop coming towards me. And he comes up to me and says, "Hey man, you have a smoke?" So I took out one of my cools. I used to smoke menthol. He lit it up, put it in his mouth, and he says, "Oh, bummer, man, this is menthol. Well, I guess beggars can't be choosy." So he says, "Thank you, man." And then he staggered back to his dressing room. And that was my encounter with Iggy Pop. A couple years, 4 years prior, I was driving my bicycle down Santa Monica Boulevard. I came upon this band rehearsing in this small little place. And I looked through the window, and it turned out to be the Doors. And there was an upstairs staircase going up to the top, and the door opened, and it was Jim Morrison. He looked at me and he nodded his head, and I nodded my head. So I met Jim Morrison for 20 seconds. Well, getting back to this concert, it was a good concert. I'm surprised Iggy got through it because he was drunk as a skunk. But this would be the last time I would see the New York Dolls. So check this poster out. By the way, I took this off a telephone pole a week after the concert happened, so I wasn't depriving anybody. So, one more thing. 45s. I love 45s, especially if they had a picture sleeve on it. 1965, I started to collect records. I didn't have a record player yet, but once in a while I would sneak in my sister's room and use hers. She got sick of it and pressured my mom to get me a record player, so 67 I got it. And this is one of the early ones, Johnny Rivers' Seventh Son, on Imperial Records. I think this came out 64, I'm not sure. The label's kind of thrashed. You can't even read the damn thing. Okay, well, this is going to be the sort of subjects I'll be dealing with. So that's it for now. So remember, keep social distancing, wear a mask, and station in place. And it's not a lockdown, it's a voluntary quarantine. Don't listen to those right-wing jerks. Okay? Thank you, and have a good whatever.